Hey G Squad, welcome back to an episode of Is It Worth It? So today's episode is this cool main mod right here, and basically what this is a space heater. So you can basically use it at home, in office, or wherever you guys want to use it. That's up to you guys. But the cool thing about this heater right here is the fact that it is an oscillating heater. So what that means is that heater actually rotates left and right, which is definitely pretty awesome, and I'll show you guys how it actually works in a second. But you can see this is basically what the product looks like right here. So they mentioned how there's two warming speeds. It has a wide angle swing option, which is the oscillating mode. It has a safety timer, so you can set the timer on there so when you guys want to open it or close it. They mentioned how the product heats up fast and is pretty quiet, which we'll find out in a second. They mentioned that the product is pretty small size. And as you see, it is much smaller than your typical heaters. They mentioned how it has a touch panel on here, so there's no really like buttons or anything, it's just touch panel. And right here, they mentioned how they use a PTC ceramic heating option. And last thing that they actually mentioned right here is the fact that they actually have a lot of protection that's on here in terms of like overheat protection and over voltage protection, and the list goes on. So that's basically what the product looks like right here. Let me actually open up and show you guys what's included inside first. Alright, so when you guys first open it up, you guys can see they have a protection layer right there. Let's take that out. Alright, so when we take off the protection layer, you guys can see that this is basically what it looks like. So let's take it out. So when you take out the product, you can see that this is basically what it looks like right here. And inside the package, they do give you guys a user manual to teach you guys how to use the product and how to maintain it and everything. But right here, we have the actual product. So let me actually take off from wrapper first. So when we take out the product, you can see that this is basically what it looks like. So it definitely has the oscillating option right here to turn left and right, which is pretty cool. And in the middle right there, if you can see on the space heater right here, it definitely has that ceramic heating inside. It definitely has this protection on the outlet layer, so that way you don't have to worry about burning yourself or hurting yourself when you guys actually touch it by accident. They do have this little plug right here that's going to plug into your wall outlet to actually activate it. And top part right here, they do give you guys a readme paper right here to tell you guys what you guys should do and what you guys should not do before you guys actually use it. So this is basically what it looks like in the front. If you guys can see in the back right here, they do have the little slot or the handle slot, so that way it actually makes it a lot easier for you guys to carry around if you guys need to. They do have this little opening right here. Let's open it up. Alright. So you see that we can actually remove that part if you guys need to replace this or whatever. Or if I need to fix something inside right here, you can definitely take that out as well. Let me close it back up first. And then here's the other side right here. If we look at the bottom, you guys can see that this is basically what it looks like. So they definitely do have the option for you guys to put the cable inside right here to keep it organized if you guys need to. And they have the little slot right here, so you guys can actually put the cable towards this way. So that way it's not caught underneath the actual product when you guys are using it. And then the cool thing about this product is the fact that it does have a tip over protection. So once the product tips over, it actually shuts down by itself. And odds of that happening is really low. But if it does happen, it definitely should have that protection built in. And you see right there, they show you guys how to actually get the cable and how to tangle it back up. So you can definitely follow the instruction right there if you guys need to. But last but not least, we have the actual top part right here. So this is the touch controls and the display screen right here. So there's a lot of different buttons on here. So there's a plus and minus button, a timer button, oscillate mode, the mode button, and a power button right here. And they tell you guys to don't cover active power right here when you guys are using it. And they do have a little warning right here saying caution hot. So you don't want to touch this area when you guys are using it. You can definitely just use the handle in the back if you guys need to. But definitely the cool thing about this product is the fact that you guys actually lift this up if you guys need to, just like that. And when you guys lift it up, it actually sticks out like that if you guys want to. Otherwise, you can just push it back down to save space, which is definitely pretty cool. But when we open up this part right here, there's actually something underneath it. Let me show you guys what's underneath here. So you see inside right there, they do provide a remote. So let's take it out. So if you're curious about what the remote looks like, this is basically what it looks like. So it definitely has the power button, the oscillating button, plus and minus button, I believe to increase or lower the temperature. There's a timer button, and I believe that's like a mode button to change the different modes on here. And obviously if it's the first time using the product, you just want to peel this part out, so that way you can actually use the product. And I really like the option how they have a little slot inside the product, so you actually put the remote inside and keep it organized, which is pretty nice. So that is basically everything that's on the product. Let me put this out on the floor and show you guys a different point of view of the product to show you guys what it actually looks like and how to actually use it. And then we'll come back and talk more about the product in a second. Alright, so right here is the product. You can see how small it is compared to my shredder right there. It's literally so small. So let me open up this part right here first so you can see what it actually looks like. But I'm actually plug it in first. Alright, so you can see once we turn it on, this is basically what it looks like. So you can definitely use the button on here, or you can use the remote right here. So let me actually show you guys how the button works on here first before we use the remote. So you press on the button right here, and that turns it on. Let's turn on the oscillating mode. Alright, so you see that works. And see how far it goes. It definitely has a good coverage. If you guys want to turn it off, just press on the same button. And that turns it off. So let's press the timer option to show you guys how it works. So you want to press the timer button first. And then click on plus and minus. Alright, so the maximum is 24 hours. Or you can go to 0. However you guys want to, that's up to you guys. And the moment we actually turn it on, I can definitely feel the heat already. and it's at 72 degrees. So if you want to bring higher or lower, you can use the button right here. Alright, so if you guys press on this button right here, this is basically the mode button. So that would be the natural wind option. If you guys want to use the other option, just press on the button right here, and that will change to low heat. If you press it again, that will be high heat. And if you press it again, it goes to natural wind. And then for the product, it definitely has a tip over protection. So if we tip it over, you can see how it turns off by itself. So now let me try out the remote to show you guys what it actually looks like and how to use it. So I'll pull this part out first, and let's turn it on. And then just turn on the oscillating mode. Turn it off. And then try the different modes on here. So that's low. That's natural wind. And that's high. Timer option, you can definitely do a timer option on here as well. You guys can definitely increase or lower the temperature on here in the remote as well. If I can see the number going up, and then now it's going down. So definitely everything works if you guys want to use a button here, or you can use a button on the remote. Let me actually bring the camera over to give you guys a better view of the product. Alright, here's a close-up view of the product. Let me turn it on. Alright, so the moment we turn on the product, I can definitely feel how hot it is already. So it's 72 degrees right now. If I click on the mode button, that goes to low heat. If I press it again, that goes to natural wind. If I press it one more time, it goes to high heat right here. If you guys want to increase or lower temperature, you guys will bring it all the way down to 59. And then the highest right here. So the highest is 99 if you can see. So it's going to be really, really hot if you guys turn it that high. So we don't want it that high, so I'm going to bring it back down. Alright, and then if you guys want to use the timer option, you can press on the timer button right here and change like the settings. If you can see, this is basically what it looks like. Very easy to set everything up. And then they have the oscillating option, so this is basically what it looks like if you guys turn on the oscillating option. So you can see how far it actually goes when you guys turn on the oscillating option, which is definitely pretty nice. And when you guys turn off the product, it does take a little while for it to actually fully turn off, even here it's still on. And then once you guys are done using the product, you can definitely put the remote back inside. So you can see they have this slot right here. Put it back in like that. Close it back up. And then it's all set. So I really like how they built that functionality or that option right there. So that way I can keep everything all hidden and very organized, which is pretty cool. But basically if I need to carry it up, you need to go like this. Carry in the back right here and just lift it up very easily. Alright, welcome back guys. So now you guys want a quick test of the product and definitely see that it does work and it's worked quite well. Super easy to use. But if you see from the test, it actually heats up really, really fast and it is pretty quiet if you guys use it at like the lowest speed level. But I definitely love the option of how you guys can use like a high temperature, the low temperature, and also like a natural wind option as well. So that way I can kind of use like a fan if you guys don't want like the heat option. And I also love the fact of how you can choose like the different temperature setting on here if you don't want to like use the plus and minus button as well. And also really like the fact of how it has a timer option on here. So if you guys want to set 3 hours, 4 hours or whatever, and it actually turns off by itself. That's actually really cool. But probably one of the coolest thing about this product is the fact that it definitely has the overheat protection and the tip over protection as well. So that way when you guys actually tip the product, or if you guys actually overheat the product, then it definitely has a protection built in to shut off by itself, which is pretty nice. But that is basically everything that's on the product. Now that we're unboxing and testing the product, now to answer the question of whether or not it's actually worth it or not. So for this product in particular, I would definitely have to say that it is super worth it if you guys want one to need one of these, especially if you guys are living somewhere where it's super cold, or if you guys plan on getting one of these during like the winter season when it's super cold, then this is definitely super worth it. But then obviously for those guys who don't want or don't need one or have to need one of these, then obviously don't buy one and save your money for something else actually do need. So that's basically everything for this video itself. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button in the bottom. That will definitely help this video out, and it will definitely help with the algorithm as well to promote more videos for you guys so you guys can see more of the videos or similar videos as well. But as always, make sure to stay positive, be you, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Is It Worth It? Peace.